Friends with Kids. I was able to go see an early screening of this with my daughter. So I guess probably not the exact person you want to take to a romantic comedy, but it worked out. What it is about is Jason and Julie are singleton best friends in a group of couples. So basically, they're the only single friends in this group of couples. Everybody's married. John Hamm, Kristen Wiig, Maya Rudolph, and Chris O'Dowd. Basically, everybody from Bridesmaids, except the funny one.
Come on, Kristen Wiig's funny.
Well, I mean, without everybody but Melissa McCarthy shows up.
Mm-hmm.
So what these guys are doing is they're best friends. They've been friends since college, very close, but they just can't seem to get a relationship in order, right? They can't get their own relationship in order. So basically, after their friends start popping out kids. So Kristen Wiig and John Hamm are married. They have kids. And Maya Rudolph and Chris O'Dowd, they have kids. And they're married. So these two, what they decide to do is, since they can't seem to get their dating life squared away, they decide to have like a friendship baby. which basically means they're going to have all the shared responsibility of having a kid, but none of the romantic stress that comes along with being in a relationship. So they'll still be able to date other people, but they're going to raise the kid together as loving parents and friends. Everybody follow so far?
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah. But, so, the movie actually plays out more of like an ensemble comedy as it goes. It doesn't really stick to the tropes of a romantic comedy, which is basically it's all about them falling in love, them breaking up, and then them coming back together. I mean, there are some elements of a romantic comedy in there, but it's very much an ensemble comedy for the most part. It really takes to heart how these relationships happen. The people that actually have kids, what works in that life and what doesn't work in that life, and how they actually can make this work for a short period of time until it starts getting complicated on one end, but the other person isn't receiving. They each start dating. Jennifer Westfeldt, who plays Julie, she ends up dating Edward Burns. Not the actor, the guy Edward Burns plays. And then Adam Scott, who plays Jason, he ends up dating Megan Fox. So basically, he comes out a lot better than she does. So, and then of course, one happens to realize that they have feelings for the other, and then you get the romantic comedy stuff. But the film doesn't go the route I expected, which is what I thought would, and they didn't fall instantly in love. The first 2/3 of the movie, I would say, are very much an ensemble movie. Like, just the first 2/3. So the whole, I'm in love with you, what are we going to do, you have a problem with me, doesn't really play out until the last third of the movie. And that's kind of a compliment, because I don't really like romantic comedies, because they're so formula. Everything is exactly the same. This avoids a lot of the tropes of romantic comedies. You know what's going to happen, but it takes a lot of different terms to get there. It's a lot more adult humor. It's very much in the vein of like When Harry Met Sally, I guess. The writing and the acting, honestly, is probably the most realistic I've seen in a romantic comedy in years. Just years. Usually I watch these movies and I'm like, these aren't real people. I wouldn't listen to them. I wouldn't hang out with them. I wouldn't care what she had to say. I wouldn't care what he had to say. They actually seem like real people. Like, he's kind of a Lothario, like, as a player, and talks like guys I know, like he reminds me of someone I know, actually. And she's very much, she just can't find the right guy because she's always dating the wrong ones, and very, I could see that happening. It's not like, well, why is she so perfect and no one can find her? It's not like that. I mean, she's a fucking mess in different parts. But they're both very good parents, and they both do. They have a good chemistry. You can tell that they're probably friends in real life. So basically, what I have to say about the movie is very funny. I was surprised how funny it was. I wasn't really looking forward to seeing it. The movie is very much adult humor, though it does have the family and relationship jokes and everything else. But the jokes are they're quick and clever, and it's very much in terms of what I like. It's not like kids made poopy jokes. It's not like that. It's actual wit and clever turns. So I would love to see it again. It's probably my favorite romantic comedy in the last couple of years. It's exactly my kind of humor, so I'd give it 9 out of 10.
Holy cow! Wow.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Now I gotta ask because
really surprised. And one more thing, I absolutely love the very last line of the movie because it's very sweet and very dirty, like at the same time. If you ever see it, you'll know what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I just thought that was exactly summed up love in the 21st century. I thought so.
And I got to ask because I got to go to a screening with you for 30 Minutes or Less.
Mm-hmm.
And I came out of that thinking that movie was hilarious. I had a lot of fun with it, but I wonder if being at the premiere and, getting to meet some people, some of the stars, that kind of thing, might have made me like it a little bit better than I would have if I had just gone and seen it in the theater. Do you think any of that is there?
Nope.
Or is this,
I didn't care about seeing her. Jennifer Westfeldt was there, and she did do a Q&A. And she seems like a very nice lady and very attractive, but I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
She's just not somebody that I follow. She's not somebody that I'm into. She's a good actress, and she wrote it as well and directed it, actually. And she has some talent. She wrote Kissing Jessica Stein. So if you've ever seen that, that's a very good movie about exploring lesbianism and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And it's a very solid film. This is very much another different look at relationships. So obviously that seems to be what she likes to write about or whatever. But being there had nothing to do with it. Because I really knew very little about the movie going in. Don't really follow her work at all. She really hasn't done a whole lot. So I wasn't starstruck in any way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. It was more about just going to the movie with my daughter. And I loved it. I was shocked how funny it was, how clever it was. The Bridesmaids cast, it's not like, we're doing Bridesmaids 2. Mm-hmm. They're all in different kinds of roles. They're much more dramatic, funny, but dramatic than they were because it's very realistic. It really is. So no, I didn't weigh into my opinion at all. Because honestly, I saw it, I was going to review it last week, but I had just seen it the night before, and I wanted it to sink in to see if I still felt the same way. And I do. Absolutely. My opinion hasn't changed at all. So, 9 out of 10 from the Hollywood Outsider.
Wow. I'm intrigued.